Hello, lovely visitors. I hope you are doing well. So today we're going to be doing a reading on how to take care of yourself today. So before we begin, I invite you to get comfortable, make yourself at home. And yeah, we'll jump right into it. So the way this works is that I will select 2 to 3 cards from this deck, and based on which one you feel most drawn to today and based on the topic, you can find the reading that corresponds to your card down in the description box below. There will be timestamps to this video that are linked. So let me introduce our choices for you today. We have Elder, and we have Beeswax. Now in a moment, I will be finding some objects around the house for you in case you want another method to choose your reading today. And if both of these readings you feel drawn to today, go ahead and watch both and let me know how it resonates. All right, if you want to choose by object, feel free to stick around. All right, so I've selected some objects for today's readings. With the Elder reading, I have a face mask. And with the Beeswax reading, I have a small jar. So feel free to pause the video if you need to take some more time and consider, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, my Elder receivers. So today we will be exploring what can you do, or how can you take care of yourself today? To reintroduce your reading, we have the Elder card with a face mask. So right off the bat, the elder berries and trees are used to strengthen the immune system, and the flowers can be used to help combat a cold or a flu. The trees tend to grow on the outskirts of forests, and so this card really symbolizes, protection and sort of boundaries, and both preventative and during the moment actions to sort of protect your space, ward off any bad juju, all of that good stuff. Yeah. We'll see how the story plays out. I'll be drawing from some tarot cards to get a better idea of how you can take care of yourself today, given this card. So maybe first of all, I want to ask for you, dear recipients, in what ways are you being invited today to lean into this energy, this protective energy, or this sort of inner strength boosting energy? Okay, I think this card came out, and we'll save these for later, as well as these. So we have the King of Coins. The King of Coins has it all, the coin suit represents the material. So whether it's finances, whether it's people in this world, whether it's health, whether it's your belongings or your material happiness, I think this card is maybe saying to protect your space, protect the world that you do have, to sort of cherish it. I don't know much about this turtle. I'll read more about it in a second, but just from the energy I'm getting right now, this turtle is carrying the land on its back. You know, I'm suspecting that this is taken from a lot of the indigenous peoples in the Americas. They call the land Turtle Island. Probably not all of them, but a lot of them do. And so the creation myth is that the world was created, all of the land was created on this turtle's back. And so I'm thinking of maybe you as the turtle carrying all of the experiences with you, all of your the things you received from others, or that you've manifested yourself, and maybe part of this is potentially learning to protect what's yours from people or things that might be trying to claim it as theirs as well, like rather than sharing in the wealth, maybe. The king is generally also, you know, like a just ruler. They manage and lead well. So maybe for some of you, what this means is protecting like a leadership position if you're in one at work. Maybe some other people have been threatening your position, and this invites you to remember that what's yours is what's yours and to protect that. Let's see, can we have any more context for this? We have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is all about thinking swiftly and acting swiftly. It is about, I think the way I'm interpreting it right now, at least, is that it's about knowing what the right path is, having figured it out, and now you just have to do. Now you just move. It might be that, for example, if I go off of the leadership position example, maybe you've known for a while, or if you felt that others have been encroaching on your space in a way that doesn't do you justice, like maybe they've been talking over you or stealing your work, and you've been maybe better recognizing that and wanting to create a space that feels better for you, whether that means by opposing them or by like the idea of fighting hate with love, whether it's kind of like that, although that will only bring you so far with some forms of hate. But yes, I wonder. One question I have for the cards today, given this, is what might it be that you are being invited to protect? Can we have some more details about that? I think I'll use this second pile for that. We have the Hermit. This is sort of a bit of a different story then. The Hermit represents like taking some time to introspect, taking some time for yourself. So maybe for some of you, this isn't really about other people much at all, or it is only in the sense that maybe you've been around too many people, there's too many voices, and so you might feel a need to have more space for yourself, to just sort of go out into the woods on your own, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, let me read about this card and this card since I said I would earlier. All right, so the Hermit depicts the Druid and White Stag from a Celtic legend. The Hermit represents solitude and leaving responsibilities behind to focus inward. In the Celtic myth, the elusive White Stag encourages people to drop everything and pursue spirituality. So yeah, this is a card about understanding the truths within yourself, within the world. Maybe you haven't had as much time to yourself recently, like I said, or maybe you felt like your opinions were being swayed by the world or by other people. And so for some of you, this might be inviting you to protect that. Now let me find the King of Coins. The King of Coins is a North American, or a legend from indigenous people in North America. Hanuna, the world turtle. The King of Coins represents stability and faithfulness. The world turtle is strong enough to support the weight of others' hopes and dreams. He may not be an active participant in their lives, but he is always dependable, slow, and steady. Some of the keywords are success, dependability, conservatism, strong will, and willing to work. So to the story I'm getting that ties these two together is that maybe the King of Coins here is showing that burden of responsibility. And while it can be very gratifying and life-giving to be supporting others, whether it's families, partners, businesses, maybe pets, whatever it is that you're carrying, even if it's just yourself, the way that the Knight of Swords is moving in this direction as well, the card, makes me think that this might be about balancing your responsibility and your burdens with time for yourself and introspection. So let me ask a little more about this introspection part. I'm not too sure in what ways this might manifest, why you might need it, what exactly you're being invited to explore. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is about sort of emotions, right? Tending to your emotions and tending to this beautiful world, this subconscious world. So you are indeed being invited to reflect on yourself, maybe not just in terms of your ideals for yourself and the world, but also to feel everything that you might have not had the time to feel, or that you might have not felt the freedom to feel in a while. I think the Queen of Cups, this deity is a Yoruba deity, and she is kind of like the archetype of the mother, very nurturing, representing a lot of emotional fulfillment and safety, very wise, is able to nurture and raise and advise. And so what I got in my head for some of you, this might be an invitation to actually seek out some of someone external to you who can help you sort of feel and reflect, whether like that's a counselor or a trusted friend. I think that might be one way that you could take care of yourself. So I think I'd want more about the King of Coins, because I feel like while I've explored some possibilities, and so far it seems like it's ringing true, I am not 100% sure that that is all. It feels like there is more here. So how exactly, dear cards, are we in this reading, for our visitors in this reading, how exactly does this energy relate to this energy? Yeah. The World card. That's so cool because the world is literally on this person's back. So, or this turtle's back. The way that the cards are being placed, I'm thinking about how the world is vast and wonderful, but your world is you, right? So I think this is again about nurturing yourself in order to be able to nurture your world, whether that is again the people who depend on you or who rely on you, or the people that you want to become a part of or support. Like what it is that you value in this world might be something that is good to introspect on, and understanding where your feelings comes from, or your feelings come from, might also be sort of related here. I'm going to draw a few more cards and see if they bring anything new. We have a lot of repeating imagery. The Six of Cups, from previous readings, I mean. This card is about nostalgia and the sense of safety, even if it might not be true, or of people changing and becoming different. Not different good or different bad, but very different, and missing maybe something you once had. This reading gets more and more interesting the more cards that I draw. We have the 10 of Coins. We have this old, looks like a dog man who's old and injured and surrounded by lovely friends and family. Yeah. I feel like this feels like you have a choice here. And of course, the choice can always be changing from moment to moment, what you choose. And it can be like a choice of both or neither, something completely different. But to me, this feels like a dream that you've always had, and maybe a little bit of a different version of a dream. This person is surrounded by community, and I don't know, the feeling that I'm getting is like maybe it's almost like it's not enough. Maybe this has something to do with if your situation in life is like on paper something that other people might be believed to be very privileged, maybe. like again, surrounded by family, has like massages, has a maybe someone who they really care for, has had a lot of experiences, has a home or whatever, whether that be like financially, health-wise, everything I've listed before, like work-wise. There's something here about having it all but not being satisfied in some ways. Whereas in this one, it feels like, there's this feeling of happiness, even if it is short-lived or if it is more about a memory. So maybe there's something here to process or feel about reminiscing on old memories. I think that might be what it is, like remembering better times and feeling a lot about it. Yeah, even with everything that you do have right now, you still feel really drawn to something that feels like it is of the past. And so how can you protect yourself maybe from this sad feeling, or to work through it in a way to where you aren't in quite as much of a like listless or sad or defeated place? We have the Sun card. Let me read the Sun card to you. Hang on, I'm trying to find the page. Okay, the sun god Ra, an Egyptian deity. The sun is success, birth, and confidence after passing through difficult times. Sun god Ra proves everything is illuminated with optimism and enthusiasm for the path ahead. Keywords are satisfaction, accomplishment, joy, luck, and vitality. So I think how you can take care of yourself today is by feeling all these feelings about what you miss and reflecting on it, but remembering all the good things you do have in this world. Because you do have many good things going for you, even if it feels like all hope is lost, or like nothing will ever be good enough. This moment right now, you can help yourself dance and help the world bloom. So to wrap up this reading, what I'm going to do is draw a card with some sort of phrase, usually an affirmation of some sort, and some nature imagery. So tell me, what are some ways that our dear visitor today here can take care of themselves today? Time is precious, with impermanence. Time is precious, so enjoy what you have today, because tomorrow you might not be able to do what you used to do. You might not be surrounded by the people you love who you were surrounded by before. But even with that, you have all of that memory, that richness of experience with you. You carry it through you, or through yourself, with yourself, your entire life. Even if you forget things, these things are, you know, they've affected you, they've impacted you, they live on in your body. They are some really precious things. I believe that you are a precious being, a precious and sacred being, and you deserve some love today. You deserve to give yourself love today, no matter what is going on around you. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say. The World card is just so beautiful. Yeah. How can you give yourself more of the world today? I'll leave you with that question. Thank you so much for visiting, for watching and listening. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope to see you again. Bye. Hello, my lovely visitors. So if you're here, that means you've chosen the beeswax reading for today, or perhaps you've chosen by the small glass jar. So today I'll be giving a reading on what you can do to take care of yourself today. So right off the bat with beeswax, what I'm thinking of is honey. It's a place to store honey, right? To gather things. It's also a social area for bees. It's their home. It's their home that they create. And they create so much honey that there is excess of it for people like us, for animals, for others to enjoy. So I think of a lot of things here, which is why I thought this glass container might be appropriate. It reminds me of like containers for food that are home cooked, and food, you know, across societies is such a wonderful place to connect with the people you care about. So how can you care for yourself today? I'll just grab not all of these things for now, and we'll see how the cards want to play out today. This one will be here, this one will be here, this one will be here, this one will be somewhere here. All right, let's grab another card to round this off. This one. Whoop. So let's look starting from here, because that drew my attention first. Let's actually do these two cards first. So we have the Three of Wands climbing up, and the Eight of Swords retreating and feeling stuck. So I think maybe you have been feeling stuck in some areas of your life, and you really want to be leaving that situation that you're in. There may or may not be a ladder, like an opportunity, whether you make it yourself or someone or the world provides it for you today, that you may want to climb up really quickly to leave this situation. That is the initial impression I'm getting. Let's look at these two. We have the Nine of Wands. Again, a scary situation that you find yourself in. And we have the Knight of Cups, which is a stability. While things are happening of your creation or otherwise, you are very grounded. You know what is happening and you know what is true to your heart. This is so interesting. So maybe this energy is more of a fearful energy of, there's monsters, there's a scary house, so maybe a lady trying to get you, and you're in the woods alone, and you just have to scramble out of there. Oh, I keep touching this, so maybe let me swap these. And you just want to scramble out of there as fast, as soon as possible, by any means necessary, even if it means leaving everything that you've once known. Whereas here we have this person who is maybe injured or not welcome elsewhere and needs to retreat and feels stuck and isolated. We have here a very grounded. Something that came to mind for some reason is that because I was talking about like food as a means of bolstering like personal connections and human relationships, as well as non-human relationships. With our pets, we feed them treats and we form a bond through that. I wonder if these represent some different people in your life, actually, if anyone has come to mind. Someone who like acts very quickly and with a lot of urgency, kind of like in a hurry doing things. Maybe someone who sort of hides a lot of their pain to themselves, keeps a lot of pain to themselves, and doesn't often like ask for help even when they're going through a really rough time. Or someone who's an outcast, maybe someone who sort of ties everything together. Maybe this person's sort of like the leader of the group or the person that makes everything happen. Again, like the binding glue of this group. Maybe someone who is adventurous and finds themselves in a dangerous situation. Or maybe some of these are the same people, Maybe sometimes someone's like this and other times they're like this. Who knows? Let me flip this last card we saw. We have the Page of Coins. Spring is coming. Well, if you live in the southern hemisphere, spring is coming. And if not, then this is a metaphorical spring. You've gone through a harsh winter, maybe the sun is rising, you feel like you have more and more warmth in your heart, more and more life around you, more friends maybe, or more hope, or more in your career is coming to you, something that feels more aligned and happy. It's still rough going sometimes, but it is a representative of a transition to better times, assuming you continue on the trajectory that you are on right now. So I feel like somehow this idea of hope runs through everything, since this is the bottom card here. I do wonder what the relationships between these are. For some reason, I don't feel like this is necessarily, if you were thinking of different people here, I don't think this is representative of another different person other than potentially you. But yeah, let's start with this side and explore maybe what is it about these energies that is relevant for today, for taking care of yourself today. Yeah, with the beeswax card, I do wonder if this is suggesting that you reach out to some people, maybe a group of friends or coworkers you haven't seen in a while, with whom you feel very hopeful, and set something up. We have the 8 of Coins. Let me read the description of this card to you. Well, off the bat, I believe this is a story where the girl used to be, or is actually, a swan, and she was turned into a human, or for some reason or another. And so I see something about being on the out group, or feeling left out, or maybe feeling like other people are ahead of you in some way, whether that is your friends you feel like they're ahead of you in life, or that they don't have time for you, perhaps, or if your coworkers are all working on a different project than you, and you miss working together as a team. Let's look. The 8 of Coins. So, almost there. Okay. It's a German fairy tale. The 6 Swans. The 8 of Coins represents the long haul, the sloth in the middle of a project that needs to be completed. The little princess needs to keep weaving nettles in silence if she wishes to set her cursed brothers free. Craftsmanship, commitment, determination, ambition, and concentration. Yeah, maybe this is potentially a period of a lot of loneliness and pain for you, but you have to go through it, and you have to go through it for better outcomes later on. And maybe with the Page of Coins, you feel like you're starting to move out of that. But the Page of Coins and the Knight of Cups, you've found a bit of stability, stable ground or water, I suppose. You are becoming more and more comfortable in maybe the chaos of the world and sort of making sense of it. You've found some people in your life who you can rely on, and that is helping you feel more hopeful. Yeah, again with the beeswax, I think there's so much interconnected relationship things. I think this reading for you, dear listener, is about some sort of relationships in your lives. Connecting to people. Okay, let me see if there's maybe a card on this side that I can draw. We have the 9 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. Pure bliss. So this sort of energy feels like, everything's really scary, you don't know what's going on, the world is on fire, and you escape through maybe either imagining or sort of feeling very happy. I'm thinking about how a lot of people might use humor as a way to block this out, or fantasy as a way to block out everything that's going on in the world. And so that might also be a way that you can feel a little more hopeful. Maybe for some of you, there's a group, a network of people with whom you build fantasies. And that sort of brings in the craftsmanship part as well, this creation of something that you all enjoy, that brings all of you more hope. So I think I need a bit more help here from the tarot cards, because I'm having a bit of a hard time pinpointing if there's one thing to take away from all of this, how can you take better care of yourself today? I did say earlier about reaching out to people you care for, or reaching out to people with whom these descriptions kind of meet for you. Yeah, I feel like that would be it from my current understanding, but let's just see if the cards have anything extra to say here. I believe this one was the one that wanted to be in my hand. We have the Queen of Coins. Nurturing what you have. Yeah, so I think that confirms for me to make more opportunities to spend time with the people you have in your life. The people or the other beings in your life who bring you some hope, who you all create hope together. Yeah, and to round this out, I will draw another card here. This is from the deck that I usually use when I'm feeling down and I want a little lift me up. Let's see, this one. There's two of them. Let's look at both. We have Unfurl. Have you met all of yourself? Yeah, if the idea of these being sort of parts of yourself resonated, maybe this is about befriending these parts of yourself. You know, let me think. Have you met all of yourself? With a butterfly on a leaf and the moon in the background. Yeah, I wonder if there's some parts of you that you do not quite understand how they work here. Like, again, with escaping into fantasy, maybe something that you hadn't thought that hard about before. Like if you watch specific shows or whatever. So maybe part of the message is to recognize how things have been helping you feel more hopeful, and to invite more of that into your life, to really develop that. Not develop that, but like to keep doing what works for you, what has been working for you. And here we have harmony. This is all perfect. Okay, let me put this back over here. So I suppose there's not necessarily one main message, is what these cards are telling me here. There's not necessarily a single message on how you can take care of yourself today. Again, it's about what brings you joy and hope. The people in your life or the things in your life, the creativity that you employ in your life that makes you feel like you're building a foundation for a better future. The harmony card almost feels kind of like what I was saying about using humor earlier. I read this is all perfect in kind of an ironic way, you know, like this is fine, this is all perfect. But yeah, with harmony, this part of you coexists with a part of you that knows that at least some things in life are okay right now. That some things or people that you have are fulfilling and can continue to fulfill you. So that is what I see for you today, my beeswax visitors. I hope that you enjoyed all these little different parts of this reading. If you like this video, please thumbs up. And if you want to see more readings, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I really hope that your community can bring you joy today. Alrighty, bye.